Okay, it says we're live, but I cannot see myself yet, so give me a second. And there we are. Oh, I'm absolutely moved to the right. That should not be like that. Correct that quickly. Here we are. There's still a remainder from last week. Now it looks better. Excellent. Welcome to the live stream. Good to have you all here. Nice to see all your smiling faces, obviously. Let's wait a little bit until we have more viewers, and then we get right into the topic, which today is moving to the United Arab Emirates. Actually, I have a couple of topics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 topics today, since it has been a little while since we talked last time. I think, when was that? 3 weeks ago or something. Last week we had a guest, Nathan from the Ninja Monkey channel, so we didn't have so much like one-on-one time, you and I, but tonight this will all change. Ronnie's here, good evening, good to have you here. And one more viewer's here, so we're a total of 3 now. That's already a nice and cozy round. Let's wait for a couple of more people to join. I hope you had a great week. Mine was okay. What did we do today? Went to a park and played. Sapka Daddy's here. Hey, good to have you. John, welcome. Okay, let's get into the topic. I think that's enough waiting. So, with the Emirates, this was funny. So obviously I'm not moving to the Emirates, but usually I get a job offer. I mean, not a job offer, but headhunters reaching out every week or so, maybe on LinkedIn or something. And usually it's about IT, right? So I have IT on my LinkedIn profile. So people write me about that. But that time, which was like 2 weeks ago or so, I was contacted to be an Aikido teacher in the Emirates for VVVIP. So very, very, very important person. Yeah, this was interesting. I mean, it would be like moving to the Emirates, and then during the summer break, also travel with the family and so on, and essentially teach, I think, 3 children. Which, I mean, if I was alone, single or so, maybe I would consider it somehow and still not do it, probably. But still, I think it was the first time in years that somebody reached out to me, and because of a job opportunity as an Aikido teacher. It said like conditions are excellent, great payment and so on, without naming any details. And yeah, moving to the Emirates, that would have meant, which is of course not so great if you have family and kids that go to kindergartens and maybe schools and so on. So unfortunately, it didn't happen this time, but very interesting. And it has been a while since I've done that. Now, speaking of that, I'm 34 now. And last month, September, 17 years ago, I started practicing Aikido for the first time. And that means half of my life now I've been doing that already. Still not good. Or maybe let me rephrase that. Still lots to learn. Of course, this will never end. But that was the Aikido part. Demiran, I'm doing well. I hope you are as well, and the other viewers hopefully the same. Now, I have some bigger news coming later, but we have another thing to celebrate, which is, and I didn't realize it for quite some time now, but we have 100 videos on the channel now. So the Narai video was actually number 100. I mean, it's more, it's like closer to 110, but a couple of them are private now. So right now, if you check how many are there public, it's 100, exactly 100, 3 digits in 5 years. So 1 video, 20 videos per year on average. Not great, but also not bad. Or in other words, this year will be below average, most likely, if we don't count the live streams. poggers. I don't know what it means. What is poggers? No idea. All right, excellent. So, yeah, and I finished almost. I will finish tonight the 101st video. And okay, let's go to the next topic, which John just brought up. And I will come back to the next video a little later. John is very upset that I'm rejecting Android and buying an iPhone. Yeah, actually I have an iPhone already. So this is my Android phone, which I'm reading my notes from right now. And this is an iPhone, which I have for work. Don't use it a lot. But yeah, so I bought an iPhone for the first time in my life. So I've been an Android developer. I started with that 12 years ago, 2009, when Android was released. And I've been that ever since. And now I decided to get an iPhone because I want a phone that's small, iPhone mini, and has a good camera. So I'm trying that now. So whenever I don't use my iPhone too frequently, as I said, only for work a couple of times. But whenever I do, I get really upset with iOS. I think it's a totally incapable system when it comes to navigation and so on. And so I hope I can adjust to that. I'm confident, of course, but I don't know. So let's see. But yeah, I get a couple of comments like that. Still, of course, I will keep my Android. Maybe I also get a Pixel in addition. Maybe I will give the iPhone away if I can't stand it. We'll see. But for now, what I must say, so this is a OnePlus 6, 3 years old now, or 3.5 or so. And it has a couple of issues. One is I use cameras, right? So usually whenever not for filming a lot, but whenever I make a photo, it's usually with my phone. Issue number one, cameras are not great. So, and that's one of the reasons why I don't use the footage of that, if I can, for videos, because it's oversaturated, and it has a very little room to modify the image in post without it becoming really bad, falling apart, essentially. And one hardware thing that I don't like is, here's the fingerprint reader, and right above that is the camera. That means usually if I unlock it and I don't hit it or so, then I touch the camera and then like it's dirty, essentially. So every time I have to do like this, and then, okay, is it okay? And one more time. All right. And that's just like, if you want to get the shot and you have not a lot of time, then that's terrible. Like it's like kids playing or something. Oh, nice. Oh, too late. Too bad. So I'm looking forward to the iPhone from that perspective. I don't know about other things. We'll see. In Emirates experience, most of the companies give their employees iPhones. Why is that? Anything to do with security issues? Also, when is the next video coming out and what is it about? Okay, then let me show you, or let me tell you. So first, at least in Japan, at least for my company, that's the case. Because a lot of the software we have runs on iPhone. The internal software, right? The apps we have internal in the company. That's the only reason. So there has been an investment. And if changing from iPhone to Android would mean a lot of extra costs, so we don't do that. I don't know why this decision was made initially, so I have no idea. And I, of course, don't know for other companies. Next video will be out, I don't know. So, what I can tell you, so I finish it tonight. I'm experimenting, but I don't want, so I want to, essentially my focus right now is to extend the view percentage. So that means cutting out everything that's not necessary. Or so YouTube gives me analytics where I can see when viewers click away. For example, one thing I notice is if I don't speak immediately in the beginning or have something enticing that viewers immediately want to see, like the first frame is not good, then it goes like way down. It's like crashing, the retention rate. So I'm trying to improve things like that. And this video will be a little bit different from the editing, but hopefully entertaining. I will finish it tonight. And then I will share it on Patreon probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow or so. Depends on how long it takes me to make a nice thumbnail. And then I need approval by the owner of the place, and then it will be out maybe Thursday or so. And it will be about the place that made me fall in love with Japan. So it's kind of a personal video. So the owner of the place is a friend. We will visit her again in 2 weeks or so. So it's kind of, I hope it will do well, and I hope I will do the place justice. I'm not sure, because it's an experiment kind of. But yeah, so to answer your question about a great place in Japan, next week, probably. We will also have the last interview from Narai out maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday. So I wanted to have it out last weekend. Then I focused so much on the current video that unfortunately I didn't deliver on my promise, which is never good. But yeah, those two will be out soon. Do you hear my baby cry? My wife is taking care of it, thankfully. All right. Then what else is there? A couple of new things. So first big announcement is I have a new chair. Look at this. Yeah, I used to have a wooden IKEA chair, which I still like a lot. And now I have this one, which is a little bit softer, which I don't like so much. But so here's how I think about posture when sitting is generally, if you don't train your muscles, then they get weaker, right? So that means if you lean back all the time and support your muscles like that, they will get used to that, right? So generally, my idea is if you have a hard surface to sit on, your body should be able to do that over an extended period of time. And if it's not, then you have to, move and so on. That's why I have the hard chair. However, we also have to look reality into the face, and the truth is that also on the hard chair, I'm slacking sometimes. So that's why I bought like this softer chair because I'm lazy or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, we have a new chair. It wasn't super expensive, like the first one on Amazon, which had like 4.5 stars or so for like $150, something like that. What I really don't like about the chair is the headrest. So, I mean, it's just terrible. The thing is this. So if you have an upright posture, you're about right like this, right? But with this headrest, it's so much to the front that you go like this. So you get this like, I don't know, chicken-like neck if you use that. I don't know why anybody would produce that. Anyway, I don't use it now. All right, Daniel Panic is here. Good to have you. Ohio. And Ronnie says iPhone is uncomparable, in his opinion. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I will see if I think so or not. No. Now. Yes, Google Pixel would be another alternative. So, yeah. Right now I have a OnePlus. And I have this one. So I had a OnePlus 3 before that. This is a OnePlus 6. And I like it because it's very close to vanilla Android. So not a lot of modification. And there's all the stuff that Android, for example, Samsung puts on the phones. And the price point was great for these ones. I think they're much more pricey now. Yeah, so that's that. And then another thing that's new is I made a new channel. Let me share it. And in the future, my plan is to have everything that is a little bit maybe less polished or so, a little bit out of the line. Also these live streams on this channel. As you can see, it is totally popular now. 1 subscriber, 0 videos uploaded. But you can take a look if you want to. And yeah, so I will not, it's not like the next live stream will be on that one, but maybe in a month or 2, I will move there, I think. So 2 subscribers, nice. Yeah, double the subscribers in one day. 2 steps. how to double subscribers. Triple subscribers, excuse me. 1, make a new channel, have your brother subscribe. 2, ask 2 friends. 3, profit. Excellent. So like I said, so probably for the next video I will do something like a more cinematic thing or so, that's more slow and so on, just music and then shots. Like for in this video we have drone shots for the first time. Not a lot, like 2 or 3. 3, 4 actually, 4. And then, yeah, I mean, absolutely, John. Very imaginative, the name. Also, the logo. Can you believe it? I made a blue circle around my face. So, I don't think anybody else would have come up with that. Yeah, so, yeah, like I said, so anything like, sometimes I feel like, okay, I would like to try something or so, and it doesn't really fit here, then it will move to that channel. And yeah, so it probably will be a more of a range of videos, but still. Originally, you see, it's not like created last week or so, but actually last year, I think, because originally my idea was to make this the German channel. Now it's not. Now it's the second channel, Japanese Journey Plus. Maybe I changed the name at some point into, I don't know. If you have great ideas, let me know. Johannes Journey, maybe. Then I can also... JJ. Oh, good morning. Ohio Sadhu. 30 years was a pro... do not... No, delete it. Ah, no. Stefan, I just... No. I couldn't finish reading it. But good to have you here, Stefan. I hope you're doing fine. So this was this. So we have the first 5 topics. Emirates, Aikido anniversary, 100 videos anniversary, new channel. Excellent. Demiran will ask 2 friends to subscribe and those 2 ask 2 others each year. That's a snowball then. The thing is though, you need to perform, you know? When I upload something, you need to actually watch. Otherwise it doesn't no, we are already 4, by the way. Wow. I think it's great that you have a second one that will have less polished stuff. People are happy to have content that is less flashy. Even Chris Broad says his stock style bits do not as well. Yeah, exactly. Pyramid Scream or a MLM. I don't know what that is. But Pyramid Scheme is like you use the lower ones to provide for the upper ones, right? So we don't do that. We just use everybody to provide for me. All right, then. Oh, yeah. Okay, here's a story. One day, my wife... Do you know what a deep squat is? So a squat is like you get in down to your knees, right? Like until like 90 degrees. And deep squat is you go down essentially until you sit. And then my wife asked me, can you do deep squat and then get on your toes? I'm like, let me try. Yeah, sure. Okay. And they're like, oh, you can do that. She saw on TV that foreigners can't actually do that. That's something you get on TV here, which is stereotypical, maybe true, because like in Japan, you sit a lot on your knees, especially if you're younger, maybe in school and so on. So you have more flexibility in your, what do you call that? Front, hamstring front, I don't know, the other side of the leg, upper leg. That's why I guess Japanese people can do that. But yeah, I can do that too. I guess anybody who wants to do that and trains for it can. Anyway, this was like, this kind of happens sometimes, like, like there's a certain picture of a foreigner, cannot do this or something, or is like that, is loud. As just like saying like every American is loud. Of course it's not true. On average maybe, but yeah. Anyway. All right, 30 years with Apple and I'm super happy with them. No problems, and for programming I use Debian. All right, I never used Debian, I think. I think the only time I used Linux was SUSE, I don't know how to pronounce that, which was like 13 years ago, 14 or so. After that, I had another Windows laptop. And once that broke, I got my first Mac, which was in 2012. And since then, I use Apple computers, but not phones. Not phones. Just as predatory as the pyramid scheme. Yeah, come on. We don't I mean, we recruit our friends on the premise that it will be beneficial to anybody involved, right? I get more views, you get something, some valuable content, hopefully that makes you feel nice, relaxed, enjoy your life more, and so on. That's what we want to achieve. Sartorius and semitendinous muscles. Semitendinous. I see. Daniel has Linux Mint on his laptops, Windows 10 on his main PC. Okay. Yeah, currently. So another German YouTuber, he bought himself a small, very small PC recently because he wants to play Age of Empires 2. And I also want to play Age of Empires 2. Also, Age of Empires 4 will be released soon. For those of you who don't know, that's a strategy game. Empires 2 was released in 1999, I think. And was like my first love strategy game, and I still love it. I used to like 5 years ago or so, I ran it on Mac, but I think now that's not possible anymore. Probably. I haven't played it in years, so I would like to though. So maybe would be good to have a Windows machine at some point, but when do I really have time to play games? Maybe not, never. So I guess I make videos instead. That's it. Except, of course, if the second channel now evolves into a streaming channel. Not live streaming, game streaming, for whatever reason. Probably not. Okay, other news. I had a health check this week, Monday. So in Japan, every year you are required to do that. They check things like blood pressure, body mass index, so height, weight. They take x-rays of your upper body, I think, take some blood tests and so on. And what they also do is they measure your waistline. And they measured me, and 85.0 centimeters. So I asked, okay, is that okay? And she's like, yeah. And so actually the bed starts exactly from 85.0. So now I'm overweight officially. Actually not necessarily, but it's like it depends on a couple of things like blood pressure and all that stuff also. But yeah, I wasn't shocked, but I was negatively, also not negatively, but still I was like, okay, whatever. Yeah. Health check here. Last time, so you get you get a grade A, B, C, D, and so on. Last time, for the first time ever, I think I had a B, not an A. I don't know why. I think I didn't even check why, but yeah, I had a B. Daniel says, I bought this older ThinkPad for $3 at a thrift store, only missing a hard drive. Put a $20 SSD in, and it works fine with Linux. I actually still have 256 gigabyte Samsung SSDs somewhere around here. I think one is even still never used. But was it Samsung? I don't know. But yeah, I have the SSD, you have the computer. We should team up. They go by Japanese standards for those health tests. I expect many Westerners to do less well. Yeah, probably. Oh yeah, most certainly. Yeah, I'm not overweight. No worries. Yeah, my BMI is probably like 21 or 20 or so. Used to be like 17. That was a little bit, well, when I was younger, just growing. Then, yeah, okay, 2 more updates. One, I got, for some reason, recently I got a lot of really kind and positive comments on YouTube and also messages on Instagram. Don't know why, but really love your content, motivates me, binge watching videos and so on. Don't know why, but really appreciate it. So it's really great, and that makes me look forward to releasing the next video even more. I hope it will do well. I really hope so. And then we talked about the iPhone. The last one, oh yeah, God. Last week, who requires the health check, government or company? I think the government, it's probably a law or something. So the company has to enforce it, but it's a law probably. So I think for many bigger companies, they actually have also offer the opportunity to do it at the company. So a couple of doctors come there and it's like a track lined up or so. You do your questionnaire and then do your tests and then you leave. It takes like, I don't know, 30 minutes or something. Yeah, and if you're self-employed, when I was self-employed, I think I had to pay for that myself. You know, my company, I pay. Still, you have to do that. Speaking of health, last week, Monday, I got a tennis arm. Do you know what a tennis arm is? Essentially, it means an inflammation of the elbow. And I actually had that before on my so I'm left-handed. So on my left arm, I had a tennis elbow last year, and this time it was the right one, and it got like really big. As you can see, it's much better now. And painful, super painful, like even to a soft touch like this would be painful. Now it's still a little bit like wobbly, so it's not perfectly healed. But yeah, it's kind of, some people have that for months. I don't know why. I probably know why. But generally, you can, because it's an inflammation, so that means the muscles here are too tight and here, so you can stretch and foam roll. Do you have a foam roll here? Foam roll like this, and then it probably gets away in a week or so. If it's not like, what do you call that? We know when it's there for a longer time. I don't even remember the German word. Wait a second. Chronicle. When it's not chronic, then chronicle probably takes like 2 weeks or so. But yeah, you can probably, most likely you can get rid of it with something like this and stretching. Which is why, thankfully, it looks much better for me now. So it was really, it didn't look great. I even was worried to go out because people would be like concerned or something. But no, it's okay. Thankfully. So that's that. Health updates. It was terrible because essentially that means can't type. You know, this one. And also, so I used to move the mouse whenever I felt like it. So every 3 months right, 3 months left, and so on. But now I have this kind of ergonomic mouse. Can you see that? Which is formed so that it's for the right hand, that it can be in like position like this. So using this on the left side was not so great. And of course, much slower moving the mouse, typing with one hand and so on. But no, that was only for a couple of days. Then it got much better, and that's that. Yearly X-ray seems excessive, right? Also, I don't know. Is that? I think my wife did it too. I don't know if she had to do an X-ray or not. Like there's like a different different menus or so. So I'm not really sure. And then there's like when you turn, not the year you turn, yeah, when you're 35 by the beginning of, or end of March, I think, in that year, you have to do like an extended test where they check for stomach cancer or something. Yeah, terrible. So you're now a member of Ellenbogengesellschaft, Elbow Society, which means like, you know, individualism, essentially. For your blood pressure, every day garlic and tomatoes. I mean, sounds like it tastes nice, but I don't have high blood pressure. Or do you mean to get higher blood pressure? Your drone goal doesn't get updated from TP Stream? Did you why? It should have. Did you do something? Oh, really? You did? I didn't really even realize. I should turn on my notification. And was it not updated? I don't know where we were before, but $25. Thanks a lot, Daniel. Thanks a lot. There you go. I had the YouTube open and I didn't enable the sound, so I didn't see it. Let me do it here. Okay. Now next time I should hear it, hopefully. Did it not update? I don't know. Okay, it went up. Nice. Was there an animation? Or is it broken again? Mandatory prostate exam. I don't know if that ever happens. Must be looking forward to those extended tests, yeah. Exactly, right. Like, there's another YouTuber in Nagano called Tokini Andy, and he twittered like for some reason he decided it would be great to check for stomach cancer, and you have to swallow a camera. And he said it was the worst thing of his life. Worst experience ever. Nice. Aminox far ahead in number 1, didn't see an animation. No. Why? It's broken again. Oh, is it not enabled? Donation goal. That's wrong. Alert should be there. Should be visible actually. Donation bar. That's this one. No, it doesn't reappear. Perfect. This should be okay. There it is. Has anyone had a spinal tap? I've had one and it was quite unpleasant. What's that? Spinal tap. It's a band. That's probably not what you're talking about. Lumbar puncture. The lower back, lumbar region. Oh, that sounds painful. A needle is inserted between 2 lumbar bones to remove a sample of cerebrospinal fluid. Yeah, that sounds very unpleasant. Is it necessary? Why it's done? For analysis, measure the pressure of your cerebrospinal fluid, inject spinal anesthetics, chemotherapy, drugs or other medications. Inject dye or radioactive substances, that sounds great, into cerebrospinal fluid to make diagnostic images of the fluid's flow. Alright. This can help diagnose serious bacterial, fungal and viral infections, including meningitis, encephalitis and syphilis, bleeding around the brain, certain cancers involving the brain or spinal cord, I see, certain inflammatory conditions of the nervous system such as multiple sclerosis and Guillain-Barré syndrome. Alright, I hope I never have to do that. And I hope everything went well for you, Daniel. That sounds not fun at all. Good night, Stefan. Yasmin, hi. And thanks again for the drone. It was put to use for the first time for the next video. Opening shot with your drone. Good night. Sorry. Yeah, the health. Always fun, always fun. Nothing bad in the results. Mother was aggressive in pushing for medical things when you were... Oh, wow. Okay, I see. Yeah. The doctors. I have a little bit of how can I say that? Not 100% trust relationship with doctors. Yeah, so that's that. Also, I'm trying to find a window where I can shoot the next 3 videos. So I want to do that while it's still kind of okay weather, maybe even like foliage or so now. So now we get into autumn, getting a little bit cold. Right now it's still okay. How was it today? Today we had 25, tomorrow 26, then goes up to 28 on Monday, Tuesday, and then down to 20 again. Probably some typhoon coming. So I hope I can get one of those nice days and then climb a mountain, do one of the videos. Another one would be about, generally it's nice if you go outside when the weather is nice, right? So if you either have blue sky, maybe foliage a little bit, that's so nice. And then of course you need to deliver on like actually pacing and making a good story. And or for example, if it's winter, if it's like if it just has snowed and so on, like gray sky and so on. Worst case, yeah, you take that if you have to, but ideally, of course, should be blue sky. At least for me, that's more pleasant. If meningitis was a concern, I can say she did well to be concerned. It can be fatal. And that's exactly the reason. There you go. Do you have a 360 cam? No. I don't have one. And I don't know, do I need one? I feel like, at least now, it has very limited use for me. I mean, if I was to do something like reaction videos or something, I go outside, I want to cover others reacting to me, and I don't know where I would have to point the camera, that would certainly make sense, but I don't do that. I mean, maybe on the second channel, if it goes into that direction. By the way, let me do 5 subscribers. Oh my god. 500% growth in one day. And 0 uploads. Oh my god. How do Japanese doctors compare with German doctors? Don't know. I didn't go to doctors essentially. Or not a lot in Germany, only if I needed to have like a certification for, like if you go to if you miss school but you're already older than 18, then you can go to the doctor and say here or if you work and you're out of work for more than 2 days or something, you need like a certification from a doctor. That's when I went usually. And then sometimes when I had knee issues, I went. And there was, my feeling was they took more time, but generally, maybe but generally maybe similar, I think, from what their focus is. So very, what do you call it in English? I don't know. Wait a second. Academic medicine focused generally, as doctors are, since that's what they learned and so on. Yeah. So for when I had knee issues, there was a big focus on selling me an operation, which I certainly did not like, because, yeah, and I didn't do that. 500% growth. Those 1 easy step videos are really bringing those subs in. Yeah, maybe you should do some in the new channel. Maybe 2 easy steps, right? Get 1 subscriber, then upgrade to 5. Yeah, there's endless opportunities for one easy step shorts. Another thing I was considering, so there's another channel called Let's Ask Shogo. and he had great growth in the last year or so. In the beginning, he always commented on my videos when he was like 100 subscribers and something. But now then he exploded. Now he's like 220 or so. I think he hasn't changed his style a lot or so, but he just makes it's a very consistent schedule, maybe 2-3 videos a week or so. And very interesting because he has a good insight into Japanese culture, obviously, and he's focusing. So he's learning Iaido. What else? That was the tea ceremony and shakuhachi. Was there anything else? I forgot. And his wife is focusing on kimono things. So they're learning that. So they have, from that perspective, they also have a lot of insight into the things that maybe the normal everyday life Japanese person does not know, but many Westerners may be interested in. And in his live streams, he shows practice. So either it's him practicing Iaido or his wife kimono and so on. So I considered maybe I could do that. Maybe, I have another room where I have a dojo, so I have a couple of training mats, and that's where I usually train if I don't have injured elbows. So that would be something to do, but that would be very limiting to the conversation we can have. Because I'm like, I don't know, stretching or rolling around or something. So I'm not really sure. But generally, I'm considering the idea. Knees okay now? Yeah, knees okay now. Some doctors are definitely dipshits and a disgrace to the profession, but I think most of them are good people. Yeah, I mean, it's not... so the one I had was like very confident in his opinion, and I didn't like him particularly. But the ones in Japan, at least, many of them are really funny and really nice guys and so on. Still, they're not, unfortunately, not necessarily right with the diagnosis, at least in my case, which is of course not so, doesn't like reflect nicely on the skills, right? Or if you go to especially when I went to Yokohama to a doctor, then we went here and they said, "It's this, no questions, this," and then went here and like, no, it's the opposite. Something like that happened, and that's of course like, what? Also, my wife was like, went to a dentist. No, it's not the classical doctor, but dentist. Oh yeah, you have a cavity there, but we have to wait until you're done breastfeeding or something because of this and that. Then here checked. No, there's no cavity. Guys, come on. Where's the consistency? But of course, they're good people. I mean, they're not intentionally. Most of them are not intentionally harmful. From that perspective, I certainly had better experiences here. In Germany, I discovered I had like 2 or 3 encounters with doctors that were like, yeah, not great, I think. They're just people, exactly. Imagine your coworkers, and of course, like they're people, so people make mistakes. That's obvious. So a second opinion is probably always helpful if it's like a serious thing where you have to do an operation or something. Imagine your coworkers, you probably know 1 or 2 that are not very competent. That's in like every area of work. Yeah. And are you planning to move to another country from Japan? No. So I received a headhunter contacted me about moving to the Emirates. That's why we have this title. But we talked about it in the beginning. So if you want, you can scroll back to the beginning of the live stream and see the conversation. But I'm not interested in moving right now. It's not just the competence. I am talking about some of them give you unnecessary expensive treatments so that they make more money. Yeah, that's certainly true. And some seems to be like maybe not even because they need to make more money, but just because they do it because they have always done it like that, right? It is like the classical you don't develop yourself anymore situation. Daniel says, I'm living in Seattle. Who knows? Who am I? How should I prove you that's wrong or right? Nobody knows, right? This room could be anywhere. Could be on a boat right now. From Seattle to Japan, maybe, who knows? And monetary incentives, yeah, certainly. Certainly. I mean, pharma industry, right? For example. Shows your real American accent. Oh man, I'm working so hard to keep this German thing. Some people comment it's like Japanese-ish and so on. But in fact, now back to reality. If I talk to American people, I find myself doing more and so on, which may be wrong, probably. That still sounds probably totally off and weird to Americans, but yeah, that's just, I discovered that. Demiran is a med student currently doing tyrosinio, kind of like residency. And I see doctors working, and some of them definitely use these devious ways to make money. Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes you strike gold, right? You have these doctors that really want to help people and so on. And they're great. And then you should keep them. Don't move away. I have a dentist like that in Germany. Ah. Here the dentist, what I really like here when I'm going to the dentist is, so far at least, I never wait. I mean, I wait like 2 minutes or so, like I fill out the form. They tell me first you come 5 or 10 minutes early, or 5 minutes early maybe, fill out the form, give it to them, and then maybe 1 minute early even I get in, 10 minutes later I'm out or something. I feel like when they clean, they are not as diligent. Maybe they're just much faster and better, and that's why I think that. But maybe not precisely, but well. Is Daniel Panic serious? Taku watched some videos of me living in Japan. So Daniel, what do you say now? He's joking. There we go. He's joking. Yeah, it's kind of a running gag. Because one time I said Daniel is living in Seattle or something. And now he's paying me back. Maybe not one time, maybe 5 times. The topic of healthcare hurts me as an American. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, here you have to pay, right? You have to pay 30% here. And still, 30% here, maybe like 1,000 yen, $10 or something. But probably 30% in the US would still be, I don't know, I can't imagine. Like from what I hear, it must still be thousands of dollars. Yeah, we screwed up. Yeah. I mean, universal healthcare is expensive, don't get that wrong. But, you know, is it in America, are there regulations like, for example, pulling a tooth can only cost this much money or something? Or is it just like, whatever? What I feel like really is like, whenever I hear people saying like, I had to go to the hospital with the, how do you call it in English? The ambulance. Yeah, there you go. The ambulance. And I had to pay $300 or $500 for that. I'm like, what? What? Oh my God. Like I know persons that had to take the helicopter or something because they drank too much or something like that. I couldn't imagine that. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Like you're young and you're teenager maybe, drink too much, and then your parents have to pay like $2,000 because you had to be helicoptered to the hospital. Oh my God. Terrible. Oh yeah, people take taxis instead of ambulance because of the cost. I can imagine that, certainly. I mean, for certain conditions. Oh yeah, and then of course I saw like Scrubs, right? When the boss of the hospital is always like, it's not cost efficient, get him out or something like that. Oh my God. I guess it comes down to morality and ideology. Is universal healthcare a right for everyone or not? Yeah, that's the classical, like, right, socialist, quote unquote, or versus yeah. Not commercial, capitalist, maybe. No, yeah. Taku says, I understand, I almost believed it. Okay, maybe Daniel, we should have continued a little bit, then you would have a real supporter. There's no regulations like that. Oh, I see, as far as I know. The only thing that I can think of is that emergency medical treatment must be given, but that doesn't mean they won't bill you later. I see. Terrible. So in the worst case, like, you're alive, but you're screwed up for life or something. Okay, doesn't sound so great. But you also, I mean, there must be some insurances you can like enter privately, I guess. Just like in Germany, for example, there's like this normal two things. There's like private and public or so. So you have to have one of the two. Private is usually comes with more. Oh, Daniel, $5 with Tippy. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Nice. And it updated, right? It was like, did it? I hope so. And we're getting dangerously close to the drawn goal, 71%. If you continue like that, we can make it within this year. Left-wing healthcare is a human right, right-wing healthcare is a privilege. Updated number, okay, nice. Yeah, and I mean most developed countries, all of except for America maybe, think that it is a human right. Much more than America, I think. And so far, I mean, of course, I'm young, kind of, still young, or still in an age where I don't use a lot of medical healthcare, right? So currently, I don't care so much, but I can totally see how it makes sense, or how it would make me feel much better if I were getting all that, and I'm sure, like, okay, if something happens, I have healthcare, and yes, it's fine. So back to the topic of Germany. So we have public and private healthcare. Private, probably more expensive. More expensive the older you get. More expensive if you have family members, and but you also get more benefits. So like you get the chef arts, we call it, the leader of the hospital or whatever, and this and that, like special treatment stuff. And so I was I was self-employed, so I could do private insurance. I did that when I was living in Germany, and yeah, it's nice to, because you pay so much, or because your insurance pays so much, you can go to a dentist where nobody's waiting, and they have a lot of time for you, and really nice, like how do you call it, hospital for the dentist? Office, whatever it's called, dentistry, and all that. So that's pretty nice, of course, but also not necessary. So I would just go for like how much does it cost? Insurance is very often tied to your employer, which is another way you can feel trapped in there. I see, and it happens for professional careers. Okay, so then also you're like, if you get fired, laid off for whatever reason, very bad. Yudai Sensei, hi from Japan. Hi from Japan, Yudai Sensei. Daniel says, if you work at McDonald's or a grocery store, you are very often not getting healthcare. When I worked in retail, the company would purposefully limit hours so they can't meet requirements to get it. I see. Dentistry or dentist's office. Okay. I got one of them right. Not bad. Let me search Sensei. It's kind of hard to pay for somebody's life choices when 1/3 of the population is obese and have increased probability of heart disease and diabetes. I think Daniel said it's like 2/3 actually, or something closer to that number. In any case, one time I saw an American. Okay, now I'm stereotyping. I saw a Caucasian mother with her child in Tokyo Station, and the child, which must have been 10, 11 years old, was in a stroller. Can you believe that? Like a super big one, of course. And that was like, oh God, poor kid. What are they doing? Diabetes is a big issue here too. I see. Didn't know. There are reasons for the high level of obesity as well, you know? Like restaurants choosing pathways that increase their profit. More food, unhealthy food, yeah. Sugar, of course, everybody loves sugar. I mean, it's programmed into us to love sugar and put sugar in there and everybody likes it. I can see that. Just goes full circle. Of course, of course. And I can also see how, like, you know, healthy food is nice, but in the current situation, it's expensive, right? So it's kind of a privileged thing already for most people. If you are not in the situation that you grow it yourself or so. At least in Germany, when I lived there, like there's the organic stores and so on, and it tastes better, it's more healthy and all that, and better for the environment, but it's also much more expensive. At least back then it was. I guess it's similar now still. Seriously, when I see other countries wanting to emulate America, I think, no, don't do that. We hate it. Yeah, I think even if they do that, they can't really. Or at least in Japan, there's a lot of things from America that are popular, right? But still, like, it's still Japan. It's still a big part of Japanese culture is in there still, even if it is something Americanizing stuff. They think the excess life that Americans have is great. No, it really isn't, and isn't that fulfilling. Yeah, I can see that right now. Speaking of excess, so I do kind of a diet thing called forgot the name. Was it interval fasting? It's what you call it in German, and intermittent fasting, I think is the English word, and it's essentially you have an 8-hour window in which you eat. So for me, I start. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Daniel. For me, I start at 12 at noon, and I finish at 8 p.m. Usually. Like today, I didn't. Yesterday, I don't know. Or yesterday I didn't because it was my daughter's birthday, and that means I don't have as much room to eat as much, right? So, and still I purchase as if I had breakfast and so on. So usually breakfast would be bread for me. So I purchase bread and then maybe something for cheese or whatever. And then that's there, but I don't eat it. So I would like to eat it in the afternoon or so, but there's only so much I can take. And being too excessive means like I can't. And when I was younger, that was fun. And I liked it, like having the opportunity to eat and the capability to do so. I did it, and you know, young, you can put whatever you want on your body, and it doesn't care so much. But now, even if I wanted to, I can't anymore. Unfortunately, and that's very, maybe not weird, but certainly interesting to me. To be honest, it's because of that American mentality and lifestyle that the rest of the world enjoys much of the things we consume nowadays. But at the same time, it has its disadvantages, like everything else. That's it. Yeah. Nothing black and white, of course. Thinking of going in a similar direction. Not health, but environment. So I'm pretty sure that our next car will be an electric car. So right now here in Nagano, it's not necessarily feasible with where you can charge, maybe just at home. And then, of course, what's the choice? When you say electric car, what comes to mind? Exactly. The one American car brand that is hip, right? Tesla. I talked to my wife like, hey, next time maybe you should get a Tesla. And she's like, their logo is not cute. I won't get that. I'm like, okay, or what? We have a Nissan. I don't know how that is cute or whatever, but okay. I mean, Audi is changing to 100% electric within the next 5 years, so maybe that's something to get instead. Don't know. And Daniel responds to Demarin saying, I think that can be true in some cases, but not necessarily in a lot of other cases. I have visited over a dozen countries in Europe and can't find very many American type of things there. Maybe that goes back to this like mixing of cultures and so on. Like there has been a certain culture and then American culture comes there and then mixes and becomes its own thing. But for example, comparing pre-World War II Germany and now, you would probably find a lot. Elon Musk, yeah, good old Elon. It's more than you think, unfortunately. Trust me, says Demarin. Yeah, lots of things like chocolate and so on, I think was not very common. And lots of, like the variation of candy you could get in Germany was certainly limited, like even 40, 50 years ago. I mean, of course we can't say if it wouldn't have happened in a similar way if it wasn't for a heavy American influence. Maybe you can agree on that. Are many of those things due to America? Yeah, that's the question, I guess. I mean, certainly they are, because, they were occupying Germany, so a lot of American influence was there, certainly, and a lot of American direction, setting it off. But again, the question is, would it have taken a similar direction if that hadn't happened? Or, I mean, granted, there would be no Nazis, no Hitler, but also no Americans. What would have happened? I don't know. Obviously, nobody knows. Hard to say exactly. What a topic, what a great topic. By the way, I would actually like to have like one video out every 2 weeks. I think it's not possible. Currently, maybe I do, when I edit, I can do maybe 1 minute a day. So in the evening, I get maybe 2 hours of editing, and then maybe I can have like one release ready minute. So that means if I make a video that is 14 minutes long, it takes 2 weeks, right? But it's not like that. So sometimes I just fall asleep and so on, and then I don't do anything. Or do go in one direction as with this video, and then I'm like, no, that's not good enough. Let's redo all that. So this video, in the current style, or in the style of my current videos, this would be a 12 to 40 minute videos, but it will be a 6 minute and 3 seconds or so. So I totally cut it down. Remove the things where I'm not totally sure that it provides benefit to you. Probably there will be a separate Patreon video where I have like the outtakes and like the full version of the interview maybe and so on. And as I said, there will be like the drone shots and so on. The stuff that I couldn't use completely. On the second channel, which is pinned above. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Also, speaking of that, speaking of requests to you, it would be great if you could give the video a like, this live stream, I mean, if you could give it a like, if you like what we are doing here, of course. And yeah, it's super easy, doesn't cost you anything, takes just a second, just go below, press the like, and then YouTube sees that it should support, that there's audience interaction, and it should push the live stream more. Thank you. Where would you charge your EV? You have a space by your house exactly, right? I don't even know if there's any problem. So in our previous house in Yokohama, there was the parking lot connected to the house. We had a charging station, never used by anybody, but it was there. And here probably would have just have to use the normal plugs of the house, which will take probably through the night or longer. I don't know. And I don't know if there are any charging stations here. I haven't searched, but yeah. Certainly, I think the infrastructure is not too great here in Japan. Lots of hybrids though. Stammerin says, I guess things would have gone the same direction technology-wise, but at a much slower rate, since Europe is more for preserving things rather than innovating. That's true. Are Japanese car companies planning on joining the EV trend? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like I said, there are lots of hybrids here. And that certainly, you see that a lot in the advertisements and so on, TV. If you watch that. EVs, electric vehicles, not sure. Not really sure. I think Toyota, somebody said they would do like, what's it in it? What is Wasserstoff in English? Hydrogen, go more into that direction. But I don't know. Mike says, thanks a lot for making such informative videos. Thanks a lot for your kind words. That's really, really great if you tell me that. Because, you know, I don't know if you like it if you don't tell me. So, yeah, and I appreciate it really. I said it before in the stream, so a lot of positive comments have happened over the last week or so. I don't know why, much more than usual. So lots of people saying something like you do, they enjoy the content. They watched a couple of videos and really informative and helpful and so on. So even private messages on Instagram. So I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Okay, let's check again if we have more subscribers on Japanese Journey Plus. 6. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's getting through the roof. 6 subscribers. Oh my god. I really need to release something there. Yeah, I'm wondering. As I said, at some point I want live streams to be hosted from that channel, not from this one. And I'm wondering how many people miss out and think like, oh my god, he stopped doing live streams or so. What I see though is whenever I do a live stream, a couple of people will unsubscribe. So either they are reminded of my channel being there, or like they think like, oh, he only does live streams now or something, or they expect a video and then they click and see it's like 2 hours. It's a live stream. Right, so I want to like manage expectations a little bit better by that as well. All right, Demiran, have a great day. Thank you for your time here and for contributing so much. And hopefully you can make it to one of the next live streams. Maybe take a walking video a little away from your home. Maybe, yeah. I mean, it could also be close to your home because I won't tell you it is. Yeah, to my home, not to your home. I don't go to Seattle just for taking a video. Yeah, and like, it's Nagano, it's mountains everywhere, so maybe just climbing a mountain. Or live behind the scenes, who knows? And don't be fooled, just because it's a mountain doesn't mean it has 4G. It doesn't mean it does not have 4G. So even you go on a mountain and it gets like the streets get more narrow and narrow, and all of a sudden you see like 4G tower thing. Oh yeah, nice. So you're safe. Live streamers are safe. And I even have like a mobile phone gimbal stabilizer thing, which I used once, I think, or maybe twice. I'm certainly once, and once or more. And I purchased this like 2017, 4 years ago, almost 5 years ago. That happens sometimes with gear. I have some things. I should sell them. So certain things. Still, maybe I will use it again for like mobile live streams. Who knows? Who knows? One day. I mean, I don't want to copy John Daub, you know. But then again, he's probably focused a lot on Tokyo, so why not? They have 4G on Mount Fuji and renamed it to Fujion. Okay, I didn't know that. I know there's a vending machine on Mount Fuji. Which is rather pricey, I think, like 500 yen or so, $5 or $8 or something for a coffee. Still, it's on Mount Fuji, right? By the way, so I mentioned I want to make a video on vending machines. Wholesome. Oh, light went out. Anyway, I think you can live with like that. Wholesome Japanese vending machines, which is things like there's one place here, not too far from here, where they have a vending machine for their homegrown vegetables. So essentially, here's the vending machine. You look to the side, and there's the field where they grow the stuff. That's one of them. There's another one for omamori, like Lucky Charms and so on at the temple here, which they only open at night because during the day they have their main store. And then I will also go into like the general information about vending machines and so on, why there are so many, why they are so great. For example, compared to Germany is usually, they have like 3 drinks and then snacks. Of course, the snacks are old, very old sometimes. They only have them in the stations. They're super pricey. And so it's like kind of like an emergency thing or at night or something. And in Japan, they're everywhere. They are okay, maybe even good prices, like Coke, maybe 110, 120 yen or so. $1.10, $1.20. And they're everywhere. And they have like hot drinks in winter. They have cold drinks in summer. There's, of course, they're like, that are the frequent ones. Then there are like cigarettes. Probably that's number 2. Then alcohol, maybe number 3. Food, sometimes even hot food like French fries, which don't taste too great. Oh. $50. Oh my God. Thought I'd forgotten, didn't ya? Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Oh my God, we're getting so close. So close. Now we have 76%. Less than a quarter left to the goal. Maybe should just yesterday I thought maybe I should just buy the drone right now. It's like, don't wait so long. Okay, so yeah, back to the topic. Vending machines are great. If you have anything particular you would like me to cover, let me know. But I won't get into used underwear. So apart from that, play on the word for sun, for tree or mountain. I see. Interestingly, I think a couple of people translate it also as Mr. Fuji because of sun, like Mr. And in Germany, a common mistranslation is Fujiyama, because like for those who don't know, the character for mountain can be read Yama, but also sun. And there's this mistranslation also. Vending machines videos are always popular. That's the point, I think. So my challenge, of course, is make it interesting and a new perspective, and maybe something that you didn't, even though it's popular, so many people do it, that you didn't know. We don't really use them here, and they can be pricey, right? Number 1 donor, Elminox. Yeah, Elminox killing it on Tippy. Oh yeah, one thing, when moving the live stream eventually to the other channel, until we reach 1,000 subscribers, there will be no super chats, probably. So yet another reason to subscribe so that I can get more money. All right. Oh yeah, excellent. Okay, Aminox is asking, what's this Japanese Journey Plus talk? Well, you see the pinned message. So there's a new channel, which is for less edited stuff, essentially, or for stuff that doesn't really fit. Like, let's say I want to have, for example, for the next video, I took a lot of B-roll or like cinematic, so to say, footage that doesn't fit into the whole video. It would make it too long. Usually if I make like a cinematic sequence that like 30 seconds, everybody clicks away. So I want to put this into a video that's just that, 3 minutes maybe of just nice footage and nice music, and put it on that channel. And eventually also I want to move the live streams there. So that's that channel. And it's linked. So if you want to subscribe there, at some point there will be a video, maybe next week, maybe the week after, I'm not sure. But 8 subscribers already. Oh my God. Before the stream, it was only 1, my brother. And now we are like 8. Oh my God. Plus 800%. Oh, is it plus 700, right? Always thought it was Mr. Fuji as a cute name of type of thing. Then started learning kanji. I actually knew that before. That one I knew before. Oh, Daniel also was late 1 hour. Okay, now you know. Now you know. Emirates, much better than Japan. I have never been there. No, I passed through when going to Japan actually, because I traveled with Emirates. So I've to Dubai and then was in the airport for a couple of hours and then to Japan. All right, but SK, unfortunately, to disappoint you, I will not move to the Emirates. I got an offer though, so if you want to check that, you can scroll back in the live stream to the kind of maybe 5 minutes in or so, and then you will hear me talk about that. Japanese Journey wants to keep this channel higher quality videos and people and people. Yeah, I don't know the people. I think anybody who watches my video is a high quality person instantly. And the second channel can host his rougher, less polished videos and subscribers. So just subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, rougher, less polished, maybe something that's kind of out of the that's out of the normal thing. That should be on that channel. With that, we are at a whopping still 8 subscribers. Okay, maybe if we're lucky we can get to 10 today. 2 digits. How long did it take me on this channel? Definitely longer than just a live stream. But I know with the first video, once that got some publicity and the first maybe 500 views or so, I had 18 subscribers. I remember that. So success from the beginning. I think the first video got like even more than 1,000 views or so. I was looking for ways to push it, like forums and so on. And what I did is I posted it on Imager. I don't know if you know that. It's a service for posting images. Who would have thought? And I cut it down into GIFs or GIFs, whatever you want to say, and made a post about it, like how to use Japanese toilets. And everybody likes that. And then linked to my video, and that's how I got the first couple of 100. And then I thought, what else can I do? And posted to videos, Reddit /videos, and then got like 500 views. I'm like, wow, great. And that's how I got like the first 1,000 views on the channel. Oh my God. Then he was totally commenting on the people too. Athawa Kapade or Atava Kapade. Sorry for butchering your name, the pronunciation of your name. There are a lot of videos about showing that Emirates and similar countries aren't that great, but never been there, so can't say. Yeah, I also don't know. I mean, so you always, just like Japan, there's some people that say Japan is actually terrible and so on, and you work here and you just work, and then they always just act like they're kind and all that. And then there are people that say the complete opposite and so on. So I don't really know. Yeah. Now I have 13 subscribers. Are you kidding me? That can't be. Let me check. I have. Where are they coming from? What did you do? Oh my God. Did somebody of you tell your friends after all? Thanks a lot. 13. My God. I would have never expected that. Like more than 1,000% subscriber growth in like less than 1.5 hours. That's like viral video rate without even having a video up on the channel. So 2 steps. How to grow your channel more than 1,000% in 2 steps. First, make a channel, ask your brother to subscribe. Second, use your main channel with 20,000 subscribers and ask the people to subscribe to the new channel. Job done. Oh, does that mean we have to move to the Plus channel, not being high quality people and such? Like I said, for me, everybody of you is a high quality person. Any person who's here, anybody who is willing to give me their valuable lifetime is certainly investing a lot. So I really appreciate that. And that's all there is to say about that. %1,000%, how does that math work? Well, before the live stream, my brother was subscribed, 1 person, and now we have 13. There you go. More than 1,000. It's increasing and that counts. I mean, where are we now? Wrong button. Yeah, I mean, subscribers don't actually count. I mean, it's a nice number, of course, and can be impressive to tell people. But what counts is, of course, the people that click on the video that YouTube's recommends them. And currently on this channel, it's not so great. Because what usually happens is a lot of my views come from searchable content, like the toilet thing, or people want to move to Japan, get IT jobs or something. And then people subscribe, and YouTube goes and says, hey, you're subscribed, here, look at this video. It's about the Japanese countryside, and they are not interested, right? Because they subscribe for something else. And then they don't click it, which means the the click-through rate is not great, and YouTube sees that and then says, okay, let's not show it to anybody else. So what actually counts is not just subscribers, but then if you see something from me, to actually click, to give YouTube a signal that you watch the videos. And then, of course, the like button, or the comment button, or the dislike button, or subscribe button if you haven't already, and the bell and all that. So something that shows YouTube you interact with the video. So you are not only clicking it, but then also you are so invested that you actually interact. That's what's actually important. But of course, having this baseline of 13 plus subscribers is already a head start. So potentially 13 people, potential 13 views on the first video or whatever there will be on the channel. Unbelievable. I mean, this is kind of an unofficial announcement here. Eventually, I will also publish this on Patreon, of course, first, and then maybe in a community post or something. Maybe once there is some content out there. And I'm really not sure yet in which direction it will go. The only idea I have is right now, publish one video there, kind of the starter one, kind of just scenery thing, and then eventually move to the live streams there. But who knows, maybe I do like less polished Q&A videos or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. Like Tokyo Lens has his Explore channel where he does like either live streams or longer form Explore videos where he walks through certain areas or so. That could be one thing. Don't know. Live streams, yeah. I mean, one idea, currently, as you may know, after 2 days, I usually, I don't make them private, but I hide the live streams. So you can still watch them through the live stream playlist, but it's not shown as one of the recent uploads or so. And on that channel, they will stay there. John Daub, no anyone owns the walking video style or day in the life. Yeah, of course. I mean, I know. And lots of people did that before them, inside of Japan, outside of Japan. Especially since you're in a different city. You can make your own footsteps. Yeah. What's for dinner? Ha! Wait, did I miss something? Only following with half an ear or eye. Cooking very late dinner for wife who just got home from work trip. Oh, regards to your wife. Please pay attention to her and not to me. And I hope she's doing well. I also probably slowly we should come to an end. I still have to phone some friends and finish the video, as I said. It's actually not a lot left. Like translate a bit, like 1 minute or less, and then it's done. Thumbnail, that's the hardest. Really not sure about what thumbnail to use this time. I have some candidates like drone shot from, over rice fields and then you see the mountains so on. But will you click that? Is it interesting? We'll see. Fried rice. Oh, chahan. Nice. Yes. I like that. I never make it, but I like it. Okay, let's say 5 more minutes. Now it's 10:58 in Japan, so until 11:03. And again, if you haven't already, please like the video. Please like the live stream. Because it helps. I'm told. Oh, this reminds me of something. I had, maybe I did a room tour and I said, if the video gets 300 likes, then I will make a house tour. Let me check where we are. 260. Okay. Still some time left. But there will be a house tour out. Hopefully soon. Hopefully within 2 weeks. I don't know if it's realistic, but there will be some house tour. Not this house. Maybe a more interesting house. Will come eventually. It's easy to make and everything can be prepped ahead of time. Yeah, exactly. I'm told. I mean, I don't do it, but I'm told. Usually if I want to have that, I just buy it at the supermarket. By the way, this supermarket chain here that's closest to my house is called Seiyu. And I think they only are in Nagano, but they're actually owned by Walmart. Who would have thought there's Walmart here in Nagano? It's not big. It's like some of them are really small and really local. But if you ever are in Nagano and want to have a really good supermarket, then Tsuruya, that's the one. For example, if you happen to be in, what's the name? Iyama city, then it's right at the station. You can go there. It's great. The last movie I watched, The Matrix. The first Matrix, the first half of the first Matrix. What a movie. What a movie. Because Netflix recommended it, I think. Maybe. In Japanese. I think I never watched in Japanese before, so I did that. I started at least. And other than that, I watched recently Sherlock. Again. First 3 seasons. Started with the 4th, and I'm not sure if I should continue because I didn't like it a lot. But generally, I like this series. Blue or Red Pill? For me, probably red, I think. Not sure about my wife. Probably also red. At least that's how I feel. Like eventually, even though it's convenient with the blue pill and so on, if you know there's more, and if you know you should, and if this gives you like really like deep down this satisfaction with what your life is like and so on, then red pill. It may be uncomfortable, but at least you're happy, right? You are free to copy everything from John Daub, except the completely over-the-top exuberance, you saw it like that, about everything. My brain finally broke as he screamed, "Look at the bubbles!" at a cheese pizza. Yeah, I think it's so great, John. Speaking like cheesy, right? That's speaking of cheese pizza. It's kind of cheesy, but I love it. I think, but of course, I couldn't do it like he does. I'm way too. I guess I'm way too. What? How do you put that? Way too German for that. Way too maybe black or so, black humor. I don't know. Yeah, but it's great. I mean, sometimes you can see he's not really smiling. I mean, optically he is, but inside you can see it. But still, I mean, I like people who, yeah, I like positivity more than negativity. So that's that. I watched Alice in Borderland on Netflix, the live-action dorama based on the manga. I like John Daub, but you're right, so energetic. So I'm okay. So I'm not energetic, so that's better. Good personality, says Atarvakafade. People want to watch people who are happy and excited. But they also want to watch other people suffer, I guess. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes YouTube starts recommending this kind of, not necessarily people suffer, but something like that. This bad thing happens on that. Like, why are you giving me this shit content? I don't want to see that. It's like totally, when I reflect on that myself, how it makes me feel, it's terrible. I don't want that. So, he's American. Of course he's Genki. Are you moving away from Japan? No, Valerie, I'm not. It's clickbait. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for clicking. You can dislike now. No, but I had an offer there. Emirates, Aikido teacher, excellent pay. I don't know what excellent means in that case, but yeah, it was never an option really. I think the European restraint in personality clashes with American energy sometimes. Not that either is better, they are just different. Yeah, there are also Europeans that are like that. Yeah, what clashes for me is not being energetic or something, but precision. I cannot stand people that do like, how do you say, what do you, komakai, right? Okay, how do you say it in English? Wait a second. I don't know how to say it in English, but like unprecise, you know. In German we say wishy-washy. Like just so work kind of works. It's fine. Can stand it. Wishy-washy, you say? Really? Okay. Yeah, I can. That's like, no. I mean, I tolerate people like that. Wishy-washy is German, yeah. I tolerate people like that as long as I avoid them on a professional level. Because, you know, if you're professional and you have a certain standard that you need to hit and somebody's doing wishy-washy stuff, then you have to correct them all the time. That's just not where I want to put my energy. That's that. Some people come off as superficial. Yeah, of course. That happens. Also here in Japan, who would have thought? For me, it borders on stereotypical, campy, superficial fluff. Yeah. Any upcoming collaboration? No, not yet. I mean, I have one guest, a German YouTuber called Ein Ticket zur Milchstraße, the channel. So if Germans are watching, you may know him. He should come up. He should be on the live stream, the next guest, maybe. I want to ask another YouTuber to join me here, but I haven't yet, so I don't want to tell you any names. American, though. How does that work out? Aminox beat me to it. Other than that, nothing planned. I mean, we had a couple of other German YouTubers, which probably all of you don't know. essentially that the German YouTubers in Japan or so, 5 or so that are here, we had some talks like if you should do something like a camp or something, or some more adventure stuff, and then everybody can make the video and so on, get together stuff. But until now, then like Corona exploded in Japan, essentially immediately. And right now it's a little bit, not too active. And apart from that, nothing great. Yeah. So last couple of, maybe you don't know. Last week, there was a live stream with Ninja Monkey and we did a video together on his channel. Which was Japanese countryside versus city. So let me share this here if you haven't seen it already. Wait a second. Video. His channel is doing really great right now with updates on the corona situation in Japan. So this channel is out of the ordinary from that perspective. So usually his videos get like 3 to 7, 8,000 views or so. And this one got 1,000. Still not bad, I think. So he has close to 5,000 subscribers. So that's usually if you get more views than you have subscribers, that means you're growing. So there's that, if you haven't seen it already. It's a little bit longer, I think, like 15 minutes plus 18 minutes. Oh my god. Maybe that's longer than the longest video I have on this channel, or very close at least. So it was a remote collaboration because he's in Europe. If you have any person where you say, okay, you should definitely collaborate with this one, you could profit, your channel would profit from having him on, and his channel would profit from having you, then please share with me, let me know. As long as people are actually nice people, then that's probably fine. Yeah. What do you think of Japanese IT? It seems like it's not in a good level. Thoughts? I mean, there are some companies that like the unicorns and so on that really drive and try to make, following again American standards or so. Also for the environment, for developers and so on. I think it's nice for developers, yes, but we may not forget that the company is there to make money. Should be a business focus, I feel. However, generally, rapid change and so on is not something the Japanese culture has been known for in the last 50 or so years. So I think a little bit slow. And then IT and like big companies and so on that are not IT companies, of course, it's generally taking time. Didn't realize that Ninja Monkey had made so many videos. It's impressive. Yeah, right? Like every week, every Saturday or Sunday, one update. Every middle of the week, there's a short. So it's really really consistent, really killing it. Persistently having solid content, solid quality that is watched by a lot of people. So he kind of found it. If you go back, then you see at some point he makes the Corona update. People watch it. He does it again. More people watch it and so on. But many people copy him as well. So he's not alone, of course. Aminox says he thinks Daniel is right. I actually like most of what he does. Sometimes, John Dobb, I guess. It just becomes a bit too much. But he comes off as a genuinely nice person, no doubt. I wish he would do more on his, I don't know, can you say main channel? On the not live stream channel? More edited content. Unfortunately, recently it hasn't been so much. And I hope, so I had, end of last year, beginning of this year, there was an influencer seminar where he was teaching and I joined. And it's not like we are friends, so I know him privately or so, but at least off YouTube a little bit. And I hope maybe we can meet when he does his fireworks festival in Nagano, but I don't know. Of course, crashing it would be an option, because I know that it's like at the Chikuma River, which is like Nagano, and most likely it's in a certain place where all the fireworks are here, if it is Nagano City. So one could just, if he announces the firework will be on this date, and just look, where's the firework, go there. And I say, hey John, oh, you're making videos, sorry, but let's talk or something. What an assy move, right? But that would be possible. Wouldn't do that probably, but in any case, maybe you can just Twitter him, John, you should do something with Japanese Journey when you're already in Nagano. Do you watch Sunny Side's videos on the Best Food Review channel? No, I don't know the channel. Best Food Review. Best Food Review. Show. So many subscribers. Reviews. Now I'm getting hungry. You know, haven't eaten in 3 hours. Oh my god. Oh no, you actually longer probably, because we had super late lunch, like 3:30 we were done or so. Started at 2:15 or so. Family restaurants, you know, takes forever. Yeah. Okay. Right. Consistency is candy or for the algorithm. Yes, maybe. I feel like that. But then yesterday I watched a podcast where Mr. Beast was on, and he said, no, I don't think so. As long as you come back with a viral video, it's fine. Because he has like 1 month periods where he's like not posting anything, 3 weeks every now and then and so on. It's just like when there's a video that's good enough ready, then he uploads. And he gets like, you know, maybe, I don't know if you know him, but he's, I think, the YouTuber who gets the most views right now. 40 million plus per video. Only the last one was a flop with just like 22 million. Speaking of consistency, time for haircut soon. Very soon. Thought about doing it today. But so in Nagano, I've been only once and I didn't like it. So I need to find another one. So I have to do the research. And now in Japan, there's something called Chigo-san, which means when you're, so 357, that means 753, sorry, which means when your daughter is 3 or 5 or your son is 5 or 7, then you essentially put them into a kimono and then go to the local temple or something and pray for whatever. And there's also like pictures and stuff, and we do that on Friday. I take the day off, then we go to a photo studio for 3 hours. I get to change into a kimono and so on, which is kind of my incentive to do that. And then we pay really a lot of money and then go at another date, go to the temple and so on. But in any case, what I want to say is before that, I should get this like cut down a little bit. That's about consistency. So since Corona started until moving here, I haven't been to a barber. So always just hair cutting machine and then myself, or I'll ask my wife or whatever. And then now, yeah, I just need to find a good one. Let's see. There are lots of barbershops in Japan. Lots of them. So I will find it eventually. But in Yokohama, I tried like 4 or 5 different ones. And he had maybe, so I had one from when we lived here before, but then the woman that cut my hair usually, she quit. Unfortunately, like it took a little bit, like 2-3 times, but then she got it down and became really good. And now usually I take a video from that time, take a screenshot and show it to the people. I want it like this. 5 years younger and this haircut. It seems like it is useful to make these other Japan YouTubers aware of you, but not to pester them to the point where they have a negative first impression. Yeah. But, you know, here's a good way to do it. Go on the live stream, donate $5 and say, do you know this Japanese journey guy? He's pretty good. You should make something together. No. Don't Don't do that if you wouldn't have done it anyway. How costly are vegetables near your local market? Costly. I mean, compared to what? Depends, of course, but generally expensive compared to where I'm from, Germany. But Germany is very cheap, I feel, compared, for example, to rent. Oh my God. I said, what, until 11:03 and now it's 11:16. Way over time, ladies and gentlemen. That means we have to come to an end. Unfortunately. But there will be more, probably next week. We have another live stream. Maybe it will be with a guest. I'm not sure yet. But if you haven't already, there's the new channel pinned at the top. Let me check again where we are. 15 subscribers. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Amazing. And this right now has 17 likes. If you haven't already, please consider giving it a like. And then, yeah, have a nice night. I'm hungry now. God damn it, I have to wait until tomorrow noon for the next one, next food. Have a nice night. Next video should be up hopefully next week. And then see you there. See you then. And have you met any otaku yet? Of course, they're everywhere in Japan. That's how Japan is. All right. Have a nice night. Have a nice weekend. Thank you.